Hi, I'm Billie and I'm from Step Into Life Craigieburn. Just finished our 8-week Power Within challenge for winter and a part of the metabolic jumpstart. So over the last 8 weeks, my challenge, I was 84.6 kilos. I'm now down to 79. So I have dropped, and currently my size was a size 14. I'm now borderline 12 to 14 depending on the store, but as we all know, they're not regular sizes anyway. It has been quite difficult, especially when it's 0 degrees. 0 degrees, but feels like -3. And you're peeling ice off the car at the same time. But apart from that, you know what, when you've got a great team and you inspire one another, it's amazing what you can do. Easiest part of the challenge with the Power Within, I believe, was motivating each other, looking forward to seeing each other. Obviously, you know how hard it is to get out of bed at 5:30 in the morning and get ready and be outdoors. Yep, outdoors by 6 a.m. I think, and just helping each other. That was one of the easiest. My husband's dropped about 8 kilos in the last 8 weeks as well. It's the way I'm cooking, it's the way I'm preparing food for everybody, it's just making sure that we're making better choices within our food. Absolutely. Okay, so they can see that I'm still motivated, not really motivated. It's a habit. It becomes a habit after time. So making sure that exercise is a habit and a part of life, I think monkey see, monkey do. And you know what, if one person does it, the other does it. And even though it's winter, it doesn't stop us from going to the park and kicking the soccer ball and just being outdoors. Any advice that I could give to any working mum, and you know what, it's not even just about being a working mum. I think any working mum needs to be organised. Obviously, we all know that. We've got school, we've got work, we've got, life and home, and everything just falls into place. But I think what we need to do, us as mums, is if we don't, or us as parents in general, if we don't look after us, how do we look after them? So my belief is I'm a priority. So if I can make myself healthy and live a longer life, then I'm only setting an example, not only for my children, but making sure I'm around longer for them too. The advice that I got through Matt O'Neill from the Metabolic Jumpstart was, I wasn't eating badly prior to this journey. However, I think I just had to rearrange my snacks throughout the day. And my biggest factor was, if I had a snack at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, by 5 o'clock I was ready to eat my hands. So I just pretty much swapped having my nuts later on in the afternoon rather than have them in the morning, only because they kept me fuller longer. He also advised at the time that, because I was quite hungry at one stage, and it also depends on how much you're working out, so how many calories you're burning when you are working out, and it can fluctuate, week to week or day to day, was to have lots of water before I sat down to have dinner. So then that way I would feel fuller quicker, and everything else was just pretty much portion control. Portion control, biggest factor. Now that I have finished the 8-week training challenge, the 8-week Power Within challenge, well, I haven't committed. However, there is 12 weeks to go until Melbourne Marathon. Veronica, my trainer, seems to believe that I can take on half a marathon. And I'm thinking that if she can believe in me, then I can believe in myself. So I'm giving myself 12 weeks to prepare for that, and that's my next commitment. In terms of diet, even though I finished the challenge, the Metabolic Jumpstart is sustainable. It's the way of life. It's practical, it's easy to follow. I don't think there will be a change. If we can continue on with this, I don't see why not. One of the main things that would get me up and get me to training over the 8-week challenge is, I know all my team members will be looking out for me and saying, where is she? Where is she? Why isn't she here? But not only that, you know what? You feel accountable. It's an 8-week challenge, and if you know that you're writing down your sessions, if you know that you have to be there, then you have to be there. So my highlight over the 8-week challenge, initially when I started the first 4 weeks, I managed to do all my training sessions within the first month. And you know, when you write things down, you don't realise how competitive people are. And you know what, we're like kids and we are competitive, it's only human nature. I actually got asked, if you can do the first month, why can't you do the second? So I put the challenge to myself to actually get out there and do the same amount of training sessions, if not more, within the second month. So, and I've managed to do that too. I'd like to personally take this opportunity to thank Veronica and Step Into Life Craigieburn. Actually, no, not just Step Into Life Craigieburn, everybody from Step Into Life, and all my followers and everybody that was behind me within this challenge, because you know what, I believe that if I can do it, you can do it, and it's all mind over matter. So everything has to work from within us, but also up here too. And secondly, I'd like to also praise Veronica and the Step Into Life crew, only because of the diversity that we have within Step Into Life. So there's no 2 days the same, and even if I was to go 2 days in a row or twice in the one day, split throughout the day, it's never the same session, and the trainers actually managed to change it so that you're not repeating yourself from morning till evening.